Would you like to learn an easy sofrito recipe just like this? Well, in this episode of the Lisa D's Delight Show, I'm going to show you how to make the most yummiest sofrito. We're going to use some onions, garlic, and delicious herbs. You make your sofrito like this, it's guaranteed to be delicioso.
Lisa D Delight. Got noises in my stomach, so I guess I'm feeling hungry. I click that YouTube Lisa D so I can kill this rumbling. But when I'm in the kitchen, don't know what I'm doing, stumbling.
Okay, LDD family, let's get into this recipe. As usual, the ingredients, your measurements and such will be in the description box below. So a lot of Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Spanish families mostly all use sofrito in their cooking. It's actually an aromatic blend of vegetables, herbs, and spices, and they use it to flavor like their beans, their rice, fish, meat, stews. It actually acts like a base upon which the rest of the recipe is built on. But sofrito actually varies from country to country, household to household, family to family, because no two sofritos are alike. You can actually tailor it to the way that you like, but I'm about to show you the way that I like it.
Lisa D Delight.
But first we want to start by washing off all of our veggies, and I recently started using this Fit Organic fruit and vegetable wash, and I actually like it a lot. It's made with grapefruit and purified water and some other stuff, and so it helps to take the toxins, the chemicals, the pesticides, the wax and stuff off of your vegetables. So after we've gotten our veggies so fresh and so clean, then we're gonna start by chopping up the cilantro. But if you don't like cilantro, you can also use some culantro, but that's basically the same thing. So if you don't like cilantro, you can just leave it out. I was just trying to help your palate. We're just giving all of our veggies a big rough chop because we're going to put them into the food processor. You could use a blender, but I'm putting mine in the food processor. And this is my Pampered Chef knife, which I'm in love with because it's so easy to use and it's super sharp and super light, and it just cuts stuff with ease. I'll put the link to it in the description box if you're interested. So you can use any type of bell peppers that you like. These are the kind that I like. Other Caribbean islands call sofrito green seasoning. My family is from Barbados and we call it green seasoning over there. But just get the bell peppers all nicely roughly chopped and ready to go into the food processor. Because I love onions, I like to add a red onion and a yellow onion to my sofrito. I was first introduced to sofrito by my babysitter. I have two sons and they both had Puerto Rican babysitters. But my second son's babysitter, she would share her food with me and her recipes, and it used to be so good. I was like, girl, you gotta tell me how you make this food so good. She was like, it's all in the base, it's all in the sofrito. And so she used to actually make sofrito for me. I would freeze it and pull it out whenever I wanted to make something Spanish and yummy. But then after I moved away, I had to learn how to make it myself. So I did, and here we are. You're welcome. So go ahead and also chop up the yellow onion. I didn't do that part on camera, but the ginger is optional. I add ginger because I like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to put it. You can just leave it out or something like that. But here I'm just showing you an easy peasy clever way to get the skin off and cut your ginger. Either this or use a potato peeler. Next we're going to peel our garlic. I happen to love garlic, so I put a lot of it in. Like I said, you can adjust it to your taste and put as much or as little garlic as you like. It makes it a little easier to get the skin off of the garlic when you press down on it like I just did. Just be sure to cut the dark end off of the garlic because it looks yucky. So once we have all of our veggies nicely roughly chopped, we're going to begin to put them into the food processor. Again, a basic measurement recipe thingy will be in the description box below. But because I'm making a large amount of sofrito and my food processor is but so big, I have to do this in batches. So when you do it in batches, you just want to be sure that you add a little of each ingredient in every batch so that you can get a full rounded, nicely blend of each ingredient in each batch, if that makes sense. I also like to add a little bit of herbes de Provence, but if you don't have that, you can just use Italian seasoning or oregano. And this is my handy dandy citrus press. It's really cool because it thoroughly gets all the juice out of your lemon, your limes, your oranges, and you don't have to worry about those pesky seeds dropping in and messing up your recipe, child. And I also add 1 tomato that also gives it nice flavor. The juice of the lemon is going to help us get going in the food processor. If you didn't use a lemon, you would have to add just a little bit of water just to get things moving. I didn't catch it on camera, but I also add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And sometimes I even add adobo to it. But if you add like salt and pepper or adobo, you just have to be careful that when you're seasoning your actual food that you don't overdo it, because you have some seasoning already in your sofrito. So as this starts to blend up and gives me more space, I'm going ahead and adding some more veggies right into the chute of the food processor. And what we're looking for is a nice like paste consistency. We don't want it too soupy and we don't want it too chunky, but like a nice thick paste is what we're looking for. Something just like this or something like that. Spanish people, don't come for me and my accents. I'm just playing. We are family. I got all my... Anyways, now let me put y'all on to this super clever little sofrito storage hack. Child, get you some ice trays, preferably ones that you're only going to use to store sofrito in, because even if you wash the trays, the sofrito is so strong that flavor may get up in your ice, and then your iced tea will be tasting like arroz con pollo, and the people will be calling you loco in the cabeza. And we don't want that. After you've gotten the sofrito all up in the trays, wrap it with some saran wrap. And freeze, freeze, freeze.
Lisa D delights.
So there you have it, an easy sofrito recipe. It's so flavorful, so nutritious. Sofrito is what so many of your recipes need. And you could buy the store-bought in a jar or whatever, but why? That stuff has a lot of preservatives in it, and when you make it homemade, you know exactly what's in it, and you can tailor it to your liking, and it just tastes so much better. So it's really worth the little effort, and as you can see, it's really not that hard. And then once they're frozen, you can take out the cubes and put them in a Ziploc baggie and store them in your freezer. They will last in there for several months, and if you put it in like a mason jar and store it in your refrigerator, it will last for like up to 2 weeks. I used this green seasoning to make this super yummy Guyanese cook-up rice. Oh my god, it was so good. You have to check out that recipe above. You're welcome. My sofrito recipe or green seasoning recipe is guaranteed to take most of your dishes to new yummy levels. Tell me in the comments if you've ever cooked with sofrito or green seasoning before, and tell me down below what do you put in your sofrito recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and check out some of the other yumminess on the next page. And please hit the like button, it's free. God bless you. Have a delicious and delightful day. Bye.
Subscribe. It's so good. Make sure you like and subscribe. And you make it so good. Make sure you like and subscribe.